Good afternoon to our distinguished guests, and thank you all for joining us virtually today. I'm delighted to welcome the Group Managing Director, Cardinal Stone Partners Limited, Mr. Michael Nzewi, and the Managing Director, Cardinal Stone Asset Management Limited, Mr. Mohammed Garba, who are joining me today to commemorate the listing of Cardinal Stone Financing SPV PLC's 5 billion naira 5-year Series 1 bonds under the 10 billion naira debt issuance program. On behalf of the board and management of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, I congratulate the board, management and staff of Cardinal Stone for this laudable achievement and the commitment towards the sustained growth of this reputable brand. I commend the efforts of the lead financial advisors, Chapel Hill Denham Advisory Limited, and all the professional parties for their hard work and dedicated efforts towards the actualization of a successful offering. Over the years, Cardinal Stone Partners has grown to become a household name and indeed continues to establish its footprints as a leading non-bank financial services group in Nigeria. The full subscription recorded for this bond issuance demonstrates investors' confidence in Cardinal Stone, which now better positions the company to sustain its impressive growth in the coming years. At NGX Limited, we will continue to provide issuers with a platform that allows them to meet their strategic business objectives, and it's our delight to see issuers take full advantage of our products and services to support their growth story. The exchange provides an efficient, liquid, and multi-asset securities platform that offers investors varied options, including equities, fixed income, and other exchange-traded products, or ETPs. We are committed to driving sustainable products and responsible investment in a market that is orderly and transparent, whilst leveraging cutting-edge technology. Indeed, the recent demutualization of the exchange will bring the Nigerian capital markets in line with prevalent international practice and standards. It will drive enhanced governance, transparency, and global visibility, while supporting the attraction of capital to support our varied clients. Therefore, we would like to encourage Cardinal Stone and other unlisted issuers to utilize the NGX platform to meet future capital needs across debt and equity to support business expansion in line with their overall corporate strategy. This year, we have witnessed corporate debt listings from quoted companies such as Flour Mills Nigeria PLC, Boa Cement, Fidelity Bank, to name a few. We have also listed bonds issued by unquoted companies, including Transport Services Limited and Emzo Pharmaceuticals. Today, we're excited about the successful listing of the Cardinal Stone Financing SPV PLC's 5 billion naira Series 1 bond on the NGX platform, as it creates an avenue for price discovery and liquidity for existing and new investors. Lastly, I would like to applaud the Group Managing Director of Cardinal Stone Partners Limited on this successful offering. I also commend the issuing houses, Chapel Hill Denham Advisory Limited, FBN Quest Merchant Bank Limited, FCMB Capital Markets Limited, FSDH Capital Limited, and all the professional parties to this transaction for ensuring a successful debt capital raise. I now invite the Group Managing Director of Cardinal Stone Partners Limited, Mr. Michael Nzewi, to make a few remarks. Thank you. Michael, you're muted, please.
Thank you for that, Olumide. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. Today is particularly a very exciting day for us at Cardinal Stone Group, because this represents a milestone that we have actually been on for some time. As a member of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, one of our subsidiaries is a member of the Nigerian Stock Exchange. It's always been part of the group's vision to at some point in our progress list some of the securities in our capital structure on the exchange. And with this debut 5 billion naira bond, which we have just concluded. I think that process has now commenced. We are obviously starting that with the listing of our bonds today, and it is our dream and our vision that at some point in the near future, we'll be coming back to list some more instruments, either within the Cardinal Stone itself, within Cardinal Stone's capital structure, or within other businesses in the group. I think we are particularly very excited about this because we, at the beginning when we started the journey, it almost looked impossible because none of our peers or even our colleagues in the industry had gone on this journey before. But when we took the decision in 2019 to go ahead with this, we then started the process. Thankfully, we were able to put together a very strong team of advisors, working with also the investment banking team in-house. And at some point in the course of 2020, the process started, and today we are here. So we're very, very excited about this milestone that is happening today. We are particularly very thankful to the exchange, of course, for giving us the opportunity to list on the NGX platform. Obviously, without the support of the exchange, we wouldn't be at this today. We are also very, very thankful to our main regulators, the Nigerian Securities and Exchange Commission. Without, again, the support of the SEC, we wouldn't have gotten to this point in this journey today. In terms of the parties that we worked with, again, the issuing houses, as mentioned by Olumide earlier, led by Chapel Hill, Denham Advisory, and then FBN Quest Merchant Bank, FSDH Capital, and FCMB Capital Markets. I'm working closely, of course, with the investment banking team at Cardinal Stone, led by Buchimo BME. These guys worked tirelessly, through the roadshows, which is particularly very difficult for a first-time issuer. We had never done this before. So, while we were on the road, it again looked nearly impossible. But with, constant encouragement from the issuing houses, Kemi and I spoke several times on whether this was going to happen or not. Again, we are here today. So to all the other parties whom I haven't mentioned, we are very thankful for your support and for making this happen. I think more than anything, I would like to give the exchange the assurance and the commitment of our platform to, making sure that a lot of the products and services that the exchange, has available for capital raising, that will continue to find ways to get those to our clients, and will continue to bring more institutions. We'll continue to find ways to bring institutions to get listed on the exchange and use the exchange as a means for raising capital for the growth of their business. I think finally, I would like to also, invite or appeal to our colleagues in the industry. This is an opportunity for you all. We have done it. It can be done. We have accessed the opportunity. So we think that it is definitely something you should all be considering. And we are here to help you and to support you through the process. If it's something that you find interesting, and I think it is. We concluded the process late last year. We raised the 5 billion at a yield of 7%. Again, that I think was something that we never thought was possible, but it is. And lastly, the investors who supported the process, we're very grateful and thankful to all the investors, particularly the PFAs and the asset managers, the institutional investors. Without them, this would never have been a success. So at this point, I'll hand over back to Olumide. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nzewi, for your wonderful remarks. and I note your commitment to future capital raisings on the exchange, as well as bringing some of your clients to raising capital through the platform of the exchange. May I now invite Mr. Mohammed Garba, the Managing Director of Cardinal Stone Asset Management Limited, to make his own remarks.
Thank you very much, Olumide. And thank you very much to the entire management team of NGX. The beauty of digitization, again, we're reaching way more people than we would have typically been able to reach if we were on the floor of the stock exchange. Some extra kudos also to NGX, because I think it's now over a year we've been doing remote trading, and we've been able to do this successfully well. And we can see it's also materially impacted volumes on the market. So I think kudos to the entire NGX team. Again, congratulations once more on the stock Africa is made of. It's a very interesting initiative because it's helped to reset or re-engage almost every key player, right from the executive team to the minister as well as SEC. I think that's a very good initiative, and very closely related to that is after that event, this is the next major event NGX is handling, which is this Cardinal Stone bond event. So I think it's a very interesting initiative. The bond, a bond is another way of accessing the capital market. Quite a lot of focus before now has been on equities. I think just like Michael had also earlier mentioned, I think this is one way companies to a large extent can further strengthen their governance. Instead of waiting to just list on the equities market, listing a bond is one way. For us, the experience we got was we first of all subjected ourselves to a rating, and that materially helped improve operations locally and has set a minimum standard for us, which to a large extent would continue to first try to raise a bond, because the market is big and it's one way to materially improve governance and internal process. Get listed on the NGX, and because post listing of a bond, there are quite a lot of other things other standards you also have to hold yourself to. And I think that's one very interesting and very interesting way to access the capital market. So I really expect a lot more operators. We are there. We've learned from this process. We will be very happy to help quite a lot of companies access this opportunity, as well as the issuing houses that helped to manage this process. It was a very tough process, no doubt, but we're very happy the end justifies the means. I think this would be, currently there are 138 bonds listed on the NGX with roughly about 16.8 trillion market capitalization. Cardinal Stone will make it 139, and I strongly believe it would not end here. Quite a lot of other bonds will be listed on the NGX. I also use this opportunity to thank the lead issuing house, particularly Chapel Hill. There's a lot of hand-holding they did in this process, and again, we'll use this opportunity to thank them, as well as all the other issuing houses. There's a lot we particularly learned in this process. It's one thing where you're an expert, but then you subject yourself to other people. There's a lot we've learned here. Again, I would like to thank all the other issuing houses, like you've mentioned earlier, as well as all the other parties, Cardinal Stone Securities led by Lily, as well as Buchim, who heads our investment banking and her entire team. And thank you very much, Bolu, for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Garba, for your remarks. May I now hand over to Mrs. Kemi Awodeng, Managing Director, Chapel Hill Denham Advisory Limited, to make her own remarks.
Thank you very much, Olumide, for this opportunity. I'd start by thanking the team at Cardinal Stone for giving us the opportunity to have led the issuance of their bond. As Michael and Mohammed have said, it wasn't an easy process, but we saw and we walked through that process, not seamlessly, but it culminated in a very successful issuance. When we opened the book last year, I don't think we could have envisaged that we would have a book that was in excess of 6 billion naira. But that was the strength of the acceptance of Cardinal Stone by the buy side. As both Michael and Mohammed have said, we're appreciative of the buy side led by the PFAs, the insurance industry and other institutionals who showed up quite strongly. It was an interesting time to issue last year when rates were at an all-time low and we were able to issue at single digit. I think it's kudos to the team at Cardinal Stone Partners that they were able to move very quickly and take advantage of what was a very interesting time in terms of pricing. I think it also shows that if you have the bandwidth within your organization, then you can boldly, approach the market, subject yourself to a rating, go through what is a very rigorous process, both through the issuance and post, because there's still many regulatory and disclosure requirements for Cardinal Stone post the issuance. I think I'll end by saying a big thank you to the regulator, SEC, who were quite helpful through the process and made it an almost seamless issuance for us. And also a big thank you to NGX for this opportunity to commemorate the listing post the demutualization. I think this will be one of the first bonds to be listed on NGX as opposed to the former NSE. Thank you very much, Olumide. Congratulations all round. And we also appreciate the efforts of all the professionals on this transaction, including the joint issuing houses, FCMB, FSDH, and FBN Quest. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your remarks, Mr. Odain. May I now invite the doyen of the market, Mr. Sam William Data, to make his own comments. Doyen, you're muted, please.
Representing the CEO, I congratulate you. I thank you for this program today. It is my pleasure to welcome the Cardinal Stone and Chapel Hill Denham to the floor for this listing today. I am very, very happy when stocks are being listed on our market. I'm happy and appreciate it. And on behalf of Chartered Stockbrokers, I welcome all the parties and the Cardinal Stone and Mohammed, my friend, and Mike and Zewi. I thank you very much for deepening the market. We are happy and we will congratulate you. I know you will do more because if you clap with two hands, it will be very, very louder than clapping with one hand. In fact, clapping with one hand is not possible, but it is good to clap with two hands. The exchange has provided the platform and you have come to exhibit what you have done. Other brokers will follow suit. I congratulate you. And the whole brokers are solidly behind you. Do more and we'll be happy. Thank you. And I congratulate everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Doyen, for your usual kind words and words of wisdom. We note to clap quite vigorously with two hands now. I think we have 4 more seconds, so may I invite Mr. Michael Nzewi to close the market. Distinguished guests, that familiar sound is what you would have heard on the trading floor to signify that trading is closed for the day.
In the absence of any other comments or question, I would like to thank everyone for your
My apologies. That familiar sound is a sound to signify another successful trading day. We want to congratulate the team at Cardinal Stone for a very successful offering, and we wish you well as your business continues to thrive and prosper. Thank you for joining us today, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Do continue to stay safe.